Monopoly madness takes over. So there we were, smack dab in the middle of our weekly family game night, a tradition that has stood the test of time, or at least the test of Dad's tendency to cheat at Scrabble. This week, we decided to dust off the old Monopoly board, a game that has been known to turn the most mild-mannered family members into ruthless real estate tycoons. Things started out normal enough, with Mom snatching up all the railroads like she was on some kind of underground train smuggling operation. My sister, Sarah, went for her usual strategy of hoarding the orange properties, convinced they were some kind of secret weapon to financial domination. I was content just trying not to land on income tax for the billionth time. Things started to get a little odd when my brother, Tim, who had been appointed banker, despite some past discrepancies involving missing $500 bills, began to offer us special financing options whenever we landed on his properties. I thought he was just being nice at first, but then I noticed he was jotting down notes every time someone accepted his offer. "Just a little interest," he said with a grin that would have made a loan shark proud. Mom raised an eyebrow when he asked her to put up her boardwalk as collateral for landing on Park Place, but she agreed, probably figuring it was all in good fun. It wasn't long before Tim had a little pile of property deeds next to him, and we began to notice some new rules he was implementing. "Late on your payment? No problem, I'll just take a look at your assets," he'd say, like some kind of prepubescent debt collector. Sarah was the first to crack, giving him her orange properties in exchange for a promise of future considerations. Things really hit a fever pitch when Dad landed on Tim's hotel on Marvin Gardens, and Tim offered him a reverse mortgage on Baltic Avenue. Dad, who was now inexplicably wearing a monocle he found in the clue box, accepted the deal with a flourish. By the end of the night, Tim had somehow amassed enough properties to rival a real-world real estate mogul, and the rest of us were left with a few sad-looking color groups and a growing sense of defeat. As we began to pack up the game, Tim stood up, cleared his throat, and said, "Well, folks, it's been a pleasure doing business with you, but I think it's time I diversify my portfolio." We all looked at him in confusion until he pulled out a stack of colorful cards and declared, "Next week, we're playing Uno. I'll be the banker." And that's when we realized we had been outmaneuvered by a kid who couldn't even spell mortgage but had somehow managed to turn family game night into a hostile takeover.